Yeah.
You want to like him, but you can't.
Are you listening?
What?
Are you listening?
Did you bring me on this show to insult me?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all don't want it with us, man. You straight gangsters over here,
Straight
man.
gangsters. Yeah. Good morning and welcome back. That is right. You are listening to Scout Team Radio. We are bringing it to you hot and live each and every morning, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m., right here on 12-Ounce Sports Radio. I am one of your gracious hosts. They call me Loudbeard.
You are the most egotistical, self-deluded person I have ever met.
Yeah, I think that's true. And the man on the other microphone, he is a great American. He is a great patriot. You might know him as...
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is your boy, Chris America, coming to you live this Monday, July the 29th, 2019, here on 12OunceSportsRadio.com. And Loudbeard, everybody's usually depressed on Monday, but I refuse. So I'm bringing back Motivational Monday.
Yeah.
Boom.
There we
Got
go.
some-
This is it.
Got
Motivating
some Will
Monday.
Smith. Some Will Smith motivating us this Monday, Loudbeard.
Okay, let's hear it.
No. Later on in the show.
Oh, okay, good. Because you know what? We've been called out on
Unless
Twitter.
you
It's
need-
early.
Yeah.
No,
Have we?
we've been called out on Twitter. Scott Kaiser, he says, if the show doesn't start with making fun of the Mets, cancel the show forever, Scout Team Radio. So should we cancel it forever or make fun of the Mets?
I think we should make fun of the Mets.
All right, let's make fun of the Mets. The Mets, like right now, the baseball trade deadline is heating up. July 31st is the deadline, and they've gotten rid of the rules where there's these I guess loopholes where you could have trades happen later in the season. August 31st, they'd be like, oh, but because of this rule and that rule, we're able to do a late season Justin Verlander trade to the Astros. It's no big deal. So they've gotten rid of all that. So this is like the true legit trade deadline. No more trades coming. The Mets, they're not out of it, but the odds of them getting to the playoffs, pretty slim. It probably sitting right around maybe 10%, 8%, something like that. So their odds of making the playoffs are slim. So they've been on this trade market. They're like, we're sellers. We're going to sell Zach Wheeler and Noah Syndergaard and all of our big-time pitchers. And all of a sudden, they make a blockbuster move to bring Marcus Stroman from the Blue Jays over to the Mets. So when you're in sell mode, typically you don't go after one of the big-time free agent names, a guy that was on the radar for the Yankees, on the radar for teams that have World Series aspirations, a guy that was probably hoping that he would make a late season run for a team that is going to be good and that he might make the World Series. And the Mets, they just don't know what they're doing, and nobody knows what the Mets are doing. Head scratchers all around here. So they just can't let the Yankees take all the headlines. They just want to make sure that their hot mess, their drama, takes over all the headlines for Major League Baseball. And good for you, Mets. You did it. I'm proud of you.
Oh, poor little Mets. Why do they suck so bad, Loudbeard?
I don't know. They show so much promise. They have potential. They have some good pieces on their team. It's just they never seem like they can quite pull it together. Now, they made that World Series push a few years back, but in the current state of things, not looking too good.
Why will New York City never drift away into the Atlantic Ocean?
Well, don't say never. Anything can happen.
No, because the Mets suck.
I like what you did there. That's pretty good. Chris America. It's too early for baseball, isn't it? We're now getting dad jokes with New York sucking, and that's why it's not falling into the ocean. I appreciated that. I will say, I appreciate that. So, how was your weekend? Did you have a nice weekend, Chris America?
I had an okay weekend. It was
Okay
a very,
weekend?
very busy weekend. Doing
Yeah.
lots of cleaning, lots of organizing.
Yeah, those don't sound like the fun tasks that
No.
usually come in hot from the weekend. Yeah, I had myself a nice trip. I drove up to South Carolina Friday morning and flew back yesterday afternoon. So I spent a couple days up there. I was helping Dee Dee move into her college apartment. We had some IKEA furniture, so several hours were spent putting little tiny screws and pieces into small pieces of wood that all of a sudden turned into a giant dresser. It was cool. You know, at the end, I'm like, look at that. All those little pieces that fit in that little box turned into this big giant dresser. It's amazing how those.
Yeah, I did the same
those
thing
people
with
do
a
it.
grill. Although it wasn't a little box. I couldn't get the box of my grill into my car because the box was just too big. No matter
Yeah,
what
like a
angle
half
you put
centimeter.
it at. Yeah. So I had to take it out of the box and put it in my trunk. And this is one of those times, one of the few times in my life where I'm like, man, I wish I owned a truck, because then I could have just taken a fully assembled grill home.
Oh yeah, because then you have to not only you struggle putting it in and getting it going. After that, you have to deal with figuring out putting it all together. So yeah, that in itself, not a lot of fun.
So I don't know if you've had this, but where they put screws like up inside like little, I don't know what to call them, but just where they're just so close to the side and towards the corner that you can't fit a screwdriver like at a good angle in there, so it makes it difficult to put in these little screws because they're so close to like a panel. You know what I'm talking about? I'll have to show you.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like they make it hard for just putting it together. Like okay, maybe if you have one of these like angled screwdrivers or some sort of
Right.
custom tool, you can make
That
this
they
work.
just give you.
Yeah, that would
But they
be that
don't.
would make too much sense.
Like the instructions themselves, it's easy. It's getting those damn screws in tiny little places that you can't get screwdrivers or your fingers in. That's what sucks.
Yeah, that basically sums up the entire New York Mets season.
Yeah.
It's got the right parts. They just don't fit together just right. We've got some hot tweets coming in here. Longtime listener of the show, David Green. Thank you. At meangreen_42 hitting us up on the Twitter machine. He says, at Scout Team Radio, gotta love our new guy. I mean, how many need to take off glasses after applying? OMG. Okay. All right, there we go. And then we got Scotty K. He coming in. He says, the best part is Stroman seems happy because he grew up a Mets fan and is from Long Island. He's already got the Mets mentality, though, coming from those loser Blue Jays. Ooh, Toronto fans, you heard that. Hey, Toronto won in the NBA. They can be losers in baseball. It's okay. We can live with that.
Yeah. Toronto, they got their title, man. I'm not going to feel bad for that city.
I don't feel bad at all. Yeah, so I put together some IKEA furniture. We put together a bed. She got one of those mattresses that are all like vacuum sealed, and it's all like that space age super foam. And then you like cut it open, and it like pops open, and then like grows into like a big bed.
Mhm.
It's like those little. You know, remember those little like it was like a pill, and you put it underwater, and it turned into a little dinosaur sponge or something when you were a kid. You remember those? You ever? Am I? No.
No, I mean I've had one of those beds
Oh.
come to my house before.
Yep.
But yeah, you're talking about the where you put the water on it and then the sponge
Yeah.
expands.
It
Yeah, yeah.
reminded me of that. I was like, wow, my childhood right there, all over again. So, but she's in good shape. I came back. I flew back. I flew one of those cheapo airlines, and the plane felt like it was gonna just flip over at several points, but it's okay. After I landed on the ground, I said, "That's it. I'm staying on the ground for a while, not flying again." Those bumpy rides on those little planes, not so fun.
No, they're not fun at all.
Oh man, it had me freaked out, man. I was like, "Oh god, this isn't good." It probably
And
wasn't
then-
that bad.
And then you're
I was
probably
just
like,
overreacting.
can I have some alcohol? And they're like, yeah, that's $30
Yeah,
for a
But, like,
tiny
we
little
all-
shot.
We're cashless, but we take credit cards. You want
Yeah.
a soda? Credit card. You want water? Credit card. You want liquor? Yeah, we're gonna need one with a high limit. High limit credit card.
Yeah, we need to actually like how hotels they take some money out extra just in case. What is it called? What is it called? Why they take money out in case you destroy the room? There's a word for it.
Well, they hold it for the expenses, but yeah, I can't pick up that word right now. And I was so annoyed too. This is the other part that pissed me off. So I'm sitting there, I'm watching. I told you Friday the new show on Amazon. It's called The Boys. I was going to be getting into it, so I caught bits and pieces of it. I watched 1 or 2 episodes on Friday night. I watched 1 or 2 episodes Saturday. So I was slowly getting through it. Actually, I think I watched 3 or 4 episodes. So I was I had a couple more episodes left, 2.5 episodes left. It's one of those 8-episode seasons. So I'm on the plane, I'm listening, and all of a sudden the guy gets up there and he's like, all right, I need to talk to you guys for a minute. And he spits out this terrible sales pitch about their credit card and how it doesn't have miles, but it's got points. But that's the same damn thing. And it all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, shut up. I'm trying to watch my show. I'm already pissed because this thing's bouncing around like a I don't know, a jumping bean or something. And now you're going to get up there and try to sell me on a credit card. Can you just sit down and shut up so I can watch my show? No, it was one of those sales pitches that goes on for 15 minutes. Dude, stop. It's an hour flight. I don't need to hear you for 15 minutes talking about how great the credit card is for this little podunk airline. It's not worth it.
That's going to be gone in 5 years.
Right. Yeah. If you're still around, I would be doubtful that it would still be around. Yeah, I'm with you, Chris America. This is crazy.
Now, Loudbeard, I haven't done it much recently, but when Lost was out, I used to get on airplanes and just start scanning the crowd of people in their seats and be like, okay, where would I rank? Would I become president of this little Survivor Island deal, or is it going to be this guy or that gal? Where's my doctors at? Is there anybody I think looks like a doctor, maybe wearing a stethoscope for some reason? That was kind of how I did my flights. Is I used to judge the airline or the group of passengers and say, are we going to make it with this crew if we crash, and which ones can't die right away?
Now, I wish I would have done that. That actually sounds like it's an entertaining way to process the flight. I ran into, first of all, I started watching the show, and I'm like, this is kind of one of those TVMA shows. It's a little racy, that's got a couple scenes that are probably inappropriate. So I was kind of blocking my screen so only I could see it, but I'm sure the person next to me could see it if they wanted to. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, at some point in this show, there are a couple scenes where there's a plane and there could be a potential accident that happens. I'm like, let's hope that a scene like that doesn't come up, because I'm sure the person next to me doesn't want to be looking over and watching me watch a plane crash in a TV show, because that would be bad. I was also thinking, what other shows could I watch, or what movies could I watch that would be totally inappropriate for me to watch on an airplane? First one that comes to mind, snakes on a plane. Is it okay to watch snakes on a plane on a plane? That's what I have to ask you.
What about Air Force One?
Ooh, Air Force One would be a tough one. Yeah. There's a couple in there. Lost is probably not the most appropriate one either. You're watching the opening scene, you're like, oh, I've heard this show Lost was really good. It came out 15 years ago, but I'm going to start watching it today on the plane. Scene 1. Yeah. Yep. I don't think
airplane rips in half. People
spoiler
get sucked
mode.
out.
Yeah.
Now, how many times do you think somebody was watching 24 and then they accidentally pulled their headphones out while the beeping thing was going on? You know how between scenes where they're showing the time and it's beep, 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 beep. And I guess now it wouldn't freak people out, because I think it's one of those most recognizable noises now where you hear it and you instantly, most people know what it is. It's 24. But maybe when the show first came out.
Yeah, you'd be like, what is that beeping noise? What is that? There's not a terrorist on here.
This guy's got a bomb.
No. Now, it's funny that you bring up 24, because I was actually thinking of that show this morning. I finally finished the season of The Boys. It's on Amazon Video or whatever, Amazon Prime Video. And I'm thinking, man, 8 episodes. We've really gotten short with our seasons. Like all of these streaming shows seem like they've really gotten short. Like it's either 10 episodes or 8 episodes or 6 episodes.
Especially when they're the hour-long variety.
Does that feel like a full season to you? I mean, 24 was 24 episodes. That's a real season right there.
It doesn't, but at the same time, you also don't have wasted episodes. Sometimes they make these seasons 12 to 16 to, like you said, 24 episodes. So you'll occasionally get these episodes where the storyline really doesn't get advanced, and you're just kind of like, well, that was a waste of my time. Can we get back to where we were? So usually, I'm not going to say it always happens, because I felt like the Umbrella Academy had one of those episodes that I was like, man, that was just a complete waste of my time. Why did you have that episode? But usually, it means that they're getting to the point faster, and they're not filling you in with a bunch of just wasted space because they need to fill, 16 hours of show.
Well, and I guess the other advantage is now that we are to the point where it's all streaming service type shows, what do you do with a new show that comes out that you're really into? You binge it. And if you have to binge 24 straight hours of a show, at some point you're like, I'll get back to this next weekend. Like on a show with 6 episodes or 8 episodes, like you can easily binge through it in a weekend and not feel like you've wasted your entire weekend.
But I do remember watching Daredevil the first time, and I think that was 10 episodes. I believe. Maybe it was 12. Either way, I was very disappointed. I was like, wait, it's over? Because I didn't really check ahead to see how many episodes there were. I just hit play and have it continue. And then I was just disappointed that it was like already over.
Yeah, you're like, wait a second. I need a little bit more. Just want a little bit more. Yeah, that's how it usually goes with these shows, though, because they suck you in, especially the ones that are really good, and they leave you kind of on that cliffhanger where you're like, I want more. And that's how you get sucked into a second season. So they do it on purpose, and I think it's a good strategy to have, but at the same time, you are wanting more. You want more than with what you just got there.
Now let me ask you this, Loudbeard.
Okay.
If Avengers shot, let's say, 6 to 8 hours worth of storyline, but they had to cut it down to the 3 hours that it was, if they brought all of that film back and had like a 6-part series, I don't know, would you watch it?
Oh, absolutely. 100%. There's
sometimes even with that 3 hours doesn't feel enough. Like they rush some things too, don't you think?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like I'm thinking Endgame, right? And there are parts in there where I'm like, oh, I could get a little bit more. Now, I saw online where it was leaked. There was a couple like alternate ending, not ending, but like just scenes. And there's one when and spoiler alert, but everybody in the world already knows, when Iron Man does the snap, all of the Avengers that are around him when he passes away, they all kind of take a knee. And it's a really cool scene. And I'm thinking, wow, this is an awesome scene that got cut out of this film. Like, how many other really, really good scenes never made it onto this film? So I would love to see, even if it was an extra hour, it was instead of 3.5 hours, it was like 4.5 hours. I'd be all for that just to catch those extra scenes. Yeah, I'm that kind of nerd. I'm into that.
I wonder, that would actually be a really good idea for Disney once they get their streaming service rolling. To just do the extended version, but release it like a TV show. A TV show format.
I think people would be all for it. I don't know, though. The TV show, well, I guess as a TV show format, you can have the choice to binge on a streaming service. The worst would be if they did, like, let me release one episode a week. So every Sunday night at 8 p.m., you can have a new show, and then they did it that way. That would be awful. But
no,
if
you got to release it all at once.
Yeah.
But if I saw there was like a 4.5, 6 hour long movie, extended version, I would be like, I'll get around to it. And then I probably never would. But if it's in 6 1-hour episodes or 8 40, 50-minute episodes, I could be down for that.
See, you found the answer. I think Disney needs to listen up. They need to take your idea, steal it from you, and then you can come back and sue them and make $1 billion. That's $1 billion idea, Chris America.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
All right. Speaking of great ideas, I posted a picture out on our Scout Team Radio social media accounts. It's on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. It's a picture of a diehard Steelers fan who also had a $1 billion idea. And that $1 billion idea started out as just a Steelers symbol tattooed on his head. He's a super fan. So he goes out to training camp, and he sees Juju Smith-Schuster, and he says, hey, can you sign my head right next to my tattoo? Which is a terrible place to get a signature because it's just going to wash off. I mean, I would think, sweat it off, whatever. But Juju signs his head, and he says to the guy, hey, I'll get you season tickets if you tattoo my signature on your head. So a guy that's got a head tattoo already, definitely not going to bow down and shy away from a bet from Juju Smith-Schuster about getting another tattoo on his head, is he?
Not at all.
All right, so you can see the picture of his tattoo on our social media. You can look at Scout Team Radio on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, and you can see this tattoo. And he does. He goes probably immediately afterwards because it looks like it's fresh and gets that tattooed on his head. And, of course, Juju Smith-Schuster, he doesn't let down. He gets a hold of the guy and gives the guy season tickets. Now, I'm a little surprised that a guy that has the team tattooed on his head doesn't already have season tickets, but good for him, man. This is good. I like this story. This is a feel-good, warm, motivational Monday story for you, Chris America.
A tattoo's a little more affordable than a season tickets in the NFL these days.
It's true. Well, yeah, the value of that. Yeah, you could probably get a tattoo like the one he got on his head. I'll say 80 to 100, depending on the artist. And you're gonna get that because it's not a lot of ink. It's just a small little tattoo.
I know some guys that can just use a pen and a needle and some other things. Get it done for you, bud.
Yeah, I don't know that those are going to come out looking too hot, but
so, Labrador, I have a question for you.
Out. Yes.
I have a question for you. You can get season tickets to the Redskins, and they'll pay for all your flights, all your hotels to every single game, like all expenses paid, food, beer at the games, hot dogs at the games, whatever you want. Whatever that chicken is that Guy Fieri's selling there at FedEx Field or Stadium, whatever it's called. But you have to get a tattoo of Justin Bieber's signature on your forearm. Would you do it?
No. That's an easy one. I am not supporting Justin Bieber in any way whatsoever.
Wow.
Yeah. It seems like a very intriguing possibility. Like, I would love that. Like, hotel paid for, Flavortown taken care of. I would be taken down to Flavortown. I would watch my Redskins. I would absolutely love that. I would not be willing to let Justin Bieber be on my forearm for the rest of my life. I just can't do it. It would be a reminder of his title for winning douchebag 25 years in a row. And I could not give him that satisfaction. I just couldn't do it.
Does that mean you should be kicked out of the HTTR Twitter?
Absolutely not. I should not be.
I don't
because
know.
I am
I
still
feel like your love for the Redskins isn't as strong as your hate for Justin Bieber.
Here's one. David Green's helping me out. He says, "How many seasons?" ? So, is this a lifetime commitment that the Redskins are giving me, Chris America?
Just one magical season.
Nope.
And
not doing it.
let's say it's a season that guarantees at least a trip to the NFC Championship, but we won't guarantee a Super Bowl win.
It's intriguing.
I've upped the ante now because now I'm not only going to watch your Redskins, but now I'm guaranteeing you that your Redskins are going to make an NFC playoff run at minimum.
I think the problem is maybe the location. If I have forearm it's an aggressive tattoo. Like, everybody's going to see it. Can I hide it? Like,
no, that's the point.
Where
we're not putting it on your, like, I don't know, where would you put it that nobody can see it? Like your thigh, your inner thigh.
Yeah, but ew, gross, man. Justin Bieber, he's everywhere. I've got Justin Bieber on my inner upper thigh. You want to see?
Want to take a gander? Mm-hmm.
It's a great pickup line. What Wow. So this tweet coming in it's really gonna affect
right.
the rest of my show.
Now
affect it.
I'm going full on. Oh yeah, I did just see Jenny of Ohio's tweet. I was born in Maryland, and Loudbeard likes the Redskins. Gross. Hashtag black and purple.
Oh, wow. Wow. See, I was born in Maryland, but there was no hashtag black and purple when I was there. They were an orange team back then. And so now...
Who was the orange team?
Well, the Browns. That's where the Ravens were the Browns when I was a kid.
Oh, okay. But they weren't in Baltimore. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I got
was...
you. No.
I mean,
I'm picking up what you're putting down now.
I'm not old enough to remember the Baltimore Colts. She should be a Colts fan if she likes
they
the
left
Baltimore
when you
so
were.
much.
They saw that Loudbeard was born there, and they were like, "We're out. Pack up the Mayflower."
When did the Colts leave?
I think it was
I'm gonna have to check
84.
Oh man, I was born.
Yeah,
It
you
was
were
that
2.
late. I was 2. Yeah, man, I remember that. No, always a Redskins fan. I was born in Maryland, also Jenny of the Ohio, and but I wasn't born in the Baltimore area. Several hours from there, I was Southern Maryland. We were all Redskins town, and
You're closer to Washington D.C.
Yeah, closer to
So it
D.C.
makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, Loudbeard. I'm
Who
gonna
you
go
calling
full
gross?
on. You listen to Craft Brewed Sports
Yes.
every Thursday from 8:30 to 10, and
I
they do
do.
this thing called Would You Rather.
I've heard of it. I think
Okay.
they're the first ones ever to come up with that. Yes.
So now you don't have an option. Like you have to take these season tickets, and I'm going to give you a would you rather scenario.
Okay.
Would you rather have 5 seasons? No, let's go 5. 5 seasons of these tickets with a tattoo on your arm, and then you can remove the tattoo afterwards. Or you can cover it, whatever you want to do once the 5 years is over. Like once the last game of the 5th season's done, you can remove the tattoo. Or 1 season, no tattoo, but you have to sit next to Justin Bieber every single game.
Wow, that's a challenging would you rather. I'm kind of liking the 5 seasons. I can get it removed. It is a commitment for 5 seasons, but I get 5
for
really
5
good
years.
seasons.
It's still on your forearm where everybody can see it.
Yep. I might
And I'm
take
gonna
that.
even add like 2 little hearts on each end of the signature. And like the
Now-
eye is dotted with a heart in Bieber.
Okay.
And
Can we
the
stop
Justin.
now? Can we, just stop now?
It's like
okay?
all flowery and stuff.
I don't know that. Now you're making it difficult.
I got to make the decision hard. That's what she said.
Here's the problem. What if I take the
Ooh.
1 season one?
Hold on, Loudbeard. I just came up with a new nickname for my thing. It's going to be called The Decision. Because chicks are always making decisions hard.
Okay.
Where do you want to eat? Where do you want to go? That's a hard decision. Yeah, it is. Okay, continue. I'm done being 12.
No, I like it. I like your mentality this morning. We all could act a little younger, and you've brought a little youth into our show this morning. I appreciate that. So here's a fear I have, Chris America. This is a big fear. What if I take the 1 season challenge? I go up there. I sit next to Justin Bieber. Of course, we're gonna have a nice box. They're gonna be bringing us hot dogs, bringing us Flavortown chicken strips or whatever they're called. And all of a sudden I realize maybe Justin Bieber's not that bad of a guy.
Yeah.
What if we become friends?
And then
My
you end up
greatest
getting
fear-
his name tattooed to your body anyways.
No. That's not where I was going. Why? Why do you do this?
At least by the end, I
Your
would
mind
love to
is in
see
the
if,
gutter.
at least by the end, you guys should have the dude and the sweet tattoos to your back.
Dude.
What's mine
sweet.
say? Dude, what's mine say? Sweet.
Oh, man. That was a good commercial.
No, it was, dude, where's my car?
Oh, you're right. You're right. My bad. I was thinking it was like one of those Budweiser commercials, but you're totally right. I'm one of the few people that never really liked Dude, Where's My Car? It was just too dumb for me. A lot of
I think
people
that was
really
probably like
liked
the only
it.
scene that was funny.
Yeah, I just couldn't. Anyway, and that was one of the ones that was in the trailer, and that's how that rolls.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I have a tremendous fear that I would become really good friends with Justin Bieber, which wouldn't be a bad thing. Maybe he'd let me borrow some of his fancy sports cars from time to time.
And his boats.
Yep. Yeah.
and one of his probably 100 houses. Like,
The
hey,
nice
if you're
thing
gonna be in Washington, just stay in my Washington D.C. home.
Yeah.
It's kind of
The only-
small. It's only 10,000 square feet.
I do like the 5-year plan though because I get more bang for my buck.
You do
Like,
get more bang for your buck.
And you never said how big the tattoo had to be, so I'd make that really tiny.
No, it's got to be
Really
visible.
tiny.
People got to see it. I'm thinking it takes up your whole forearm, from wrist to elbow.
Oh, elbows deep in shit. That's what that is.
Oh, man.
Anyway, you know what? I need a break. I can't take
You do need a break.
anymore. I need a break. We're gonna have a quick commercial break. On the flip side, I'm sure we'll talk about something interesting. Who knows? Maybe John Jones, maybe Jeremy Lin, maybe baseball, maybe
now-
I don't know.
Also, during the break, I want our fans. Which would you rather do? The one season where you have to sit next to Justin Bieber, or get that 5-season tattoo to your favorite sports team? I'm ready to
Yeah.
hear it on the other side of the break.
If you've been listening to Scout Team Radio for a long time, you know that myself, Loudbeard, has placed a bet or two in his day. That's right, I've lost the beard bet, I lost the romper bet, but one place I don't like losing is when I bet money, and I can easily do that at MyBookie. That's right, you can go to mybookie.ag, use promo code 12OZSports, and get a 100% deposit bonus up to $1,000. Hey, guess what? That is a lot of money. Do it.
When I'm working hard, I build up a thirst for sports. That's when I grab a cold 12-ounce sports radio. Ah, 12-ounce sports radio. Quench your sports thirst.
Hey everybody, it's your favorite Patriot, Chris America, and I want you to listen every single weekday, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., and on replays from 11 a.m. to noon of Scout Team Sports. Listen, George Washington did not cross over the ocean blue in 1492 to defeat the Nazis, so you can listen to the same tired national clickbait sports stories. So once again, tune in to us every single morning, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., and then we replay from 11 to noon. I will see you there, and God bless America.
Hi, everybody. Captain Lou here from the Captain Lou Extravaganza, coming to you live every Tuesday night on 12OunceSportsRadio.com from 8 until 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Yeah, it's a different name, but it's still the same great show. We're going to have guests every week live on the show, and we'll have your opinions as well as mine, and we'll see whose is better and obviously whose is right. That's every Tuesday night live, the Captain Lou Extravaganza from 8 until 10 p.m. Eastern Time on 12OunceSportsRadio.com.
Hey, what's up there, listeners? This is your friendly neighborhood Loudbeard, and I'm here to tell you that there's two type of people in the world. Welcome back. Thank you all for listening in. Once again, we are Scout Team Radio. We're bringing it to you hot and live. He's Chris America. I'm Loudbeard. Thank you all for listening in. We definitely appreciate it. If you haven't already, make sure you interact with us on Twitter. We're going live tweeting right here on the show. Tons of hot tweets coming in. We've got Scotty K. We've got David Green. We've got Jenny of Ohio. We've got all of our Twitter friends out there tweeting in at us. They're letting us know if they should if Loudbeard should be the one going with a Justin Bieber tattoo. I don't know. This is a tough subject. I don't really want to talk about it anymore. I don't know why we keep talking about it. All right, I'm going to move on. We go live each and every morning, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. right here on 12-Ounce Sports Radio. We also simulcast on the Full Press Radio Network, and we are part of the Barn Burner Podcast Network. So check us out on all of those places. And if you cannot catch the show live, go back and download the podcast. You can find that anywhere you can find a podcast. Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, and Google Play. I got to say Google Play because Chris America had a discovery this weekend, and Google Play was part of that discovery. And without further ado, Chris America, during the break, I did get Justin Bieber's name tattooed on my arm, so it's done. Yeah, so now you owe me 5 seasons of Washington Redskins tickets. So and the airfare and Guy Fieri and all of that. So pay up, sucker.
Yeah, I'll have the tickets in the mail.
All right, there you go.
Jenny of Ohio, instead of answering the question, or did she? I'm looking back. Let's see. David Green said that he would think it's a carefree, date-free time of reflection. 5 seasons. Okay, so he goes with the 5 seasons and tattoo.
Yeah, that's where it's at. 5 seasons. It's worth it. Get the tattoo and then get it removed afterwards. Yeah, we all need that time. We need that time to really just enjoy our team.
And then Jenny posted a GIF of the Ravens, so I guess that means she would get the 5-year tattoo as well.
Oh, she was replying to me. I gave her a little, Black Captain America action.
Oh yeah.
See, you gotta enjoy that. So yep, she likes watching Adrian Peterson wearing that Redskins gear, tearing it up. So I figured I'd share that with her. So that's
and
what
then
happened there.
she posed a question for us. Loudbeard, if you're in a relationship, are you required to sport your significant other's favorite team's gear?
Required? No. Heavily encouraged?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Like you get bonus points, right?
Yeah. Yep. I own South Carolina Gamecocks T-shirts.
Yep.
I support that team just because that is my wife's college team, and
Mrs. Loudbeard,
it's okay. Mm-hmm.
Does she wear Redskins gear?
She does. She wears Redskins gear. She wears UCF gear. She supports. So it goes both ways. So it is what it is. Now there was the peculiar circumstance 4 or 5, maybe 7 years ago. I can't remember how long it was now. I'm old. The UCF Knights did play the South Carolina Gamecocks here at the UCF Stadium, and we did go to that. So that was challenging. We had to split it up though. Half the family wore the Gamecock stuff, half the family wore the UCF stuff, and unfortunately, the Gamecocks did come out with a victory in that one. That was that magical Blake Bortles season.
2013 season. Yep, I remember it.
Yes.
They barely got out alive though.
Yeah, the Bortles started bringing them back. There was a little bit more time left in that game. I think UCF could have pulled it out. But
if Scott Frost was the coach, they would have done it. But George O'Leary, he always had that one frustrating. No, he always had that at least 1 or 2 frustrating losses. There was a ton of frustrating wins, but he always had those frustrating losses where he just played over conservative and missed opportunities. But Loudbeard, so you're saying that you're supposed to support your significant other's team unless they play each other, or I'm sure you'll agree with me on this, unless that team is actually a known, true blue, longtime rival like the Dallas Cowboys or the Giants. But you did wear Eagles stuff.
Yeah, I do have family that lives in Philadelphia. My sister's a huge Eagles fan. So not only a significant other as far as like a boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband type thing, but a family member. Like I wore that to help support my sister's team when my team was already eliminated. Yeah. So in that circumstance, I would say that is okay. Though in the heated rivalry aspect of things, the Redskins and the Eagles are in the same division, but I don't feel like it is that same like gross rivalry like you have with the Cowboys and anybody else in the league. I could never take myself to wear Cowboys gear. It would have to be a very significant bet that I lost for you to catch me wearing anything Cowboys.
It'd be that way with Florida State, Georgia. Not so much Tennessee anymore. They used to tell me that Tennessee was a rivalry, but then I realized they've only beaten Florida 10 times since Eisenhower was in office, so it's hard to say that that's a rivalry.
That you like that fact, huh?
I do love it. Any
Feels
chance
good.
I get to throw that out there, I do. But yeah, Loudbeard, so Judge Loudbeard, you've ruled that boyfriends, girlfriends, and even family members, I think even friends. Now, I think with friends, it's not required, but it's nice. I do like to root for all of my friends' teams as long as they're not rivals. Like, I like to see your Redskins do well because I like to see you happy. My friend Donald,
Aw.
he's a longtime Penn State fan, so I root for Penn State.
There you go. That's nice.
Those kind of things. I like to see my friends like once the now I can't think of their name because they had so many names, but David Green was a part of those guys.
Rehab Sports guys.
That's it. The Rehab Sports guys, they came in, they loved Arkansas, and I started rooting. I found myself rooting for Arkansas because I like those guys. I like to see them have happy shows and be happy, and so I was pulling for Arkansas as long as they weren't playing Florida.
Yeah, they didn't have too many happy shows, though, did they?
They did for baseball. They had that one good run one year in baseball.
Oh, baseball, yeah.
They love themselves some college baseball over there in Arkansas.
They do. They can't hang their hat on the college football, that's why.
I definitely think if your boyfriend, girlfriend, that's like I think it's required to support your significant other's team.
I gotcha. And I'm
Makes
with
for
you
a
on the
strong
friend.
relationship.
I'm with you on the friend part. Not that I had a shirt or anything, but I did help support. I went over a friend's house to watch the Super Bowl one year. He was a huge Giants fan, and we watched it in his living room, 2007. They were going up against the dreaded Patriots, and I said, buddy, I think you're going to need some support here. This Patriots team, they're really good. So I'm going to cheer for the Giants harder than I've ever cheered for the Giants. And somehow my cheering and my magical friendship created David Tyree to catch the football on his head and help win that game. That was the most I've ever cheered for like another team and was like that excited to watch a team beat the Patriots. That was magical.
You sure it was your friend and not the fact that you hate the Patriots and you didn't want to see Tom Brady get the undefeated record?
Well, those are just semantics. So he's a lifelong Giants fan. I've been doing like fantasy football with him for like the last, dozen years, and that moment was one of those moments that I'll never forget. I'm like, I'm not even a Giants fan, but this is like one of the greatest football moments ever, and I'm glad I'm here supporting you, friend. So being at a Super Bowl party with a person that was a Giants fan during that football game, one of the greatest football moments ever.
It was a great football moment. It's one of those Super Bowls where everybody remembers where they're at.
Yeah. Not like last year. Last year's Super Bowl was very forgettable.
Yeah, now I'm trying to think of it.
The Rams,
that one.
Patriots.
Yep.
We're like, there was no offense. Nobody could score. Todd Gurley didn't even play half the time, and then when he did play, he stunk. Yeah, that's a terrible Super Bowl. It's one of those Super Bowls 3 years from now you're going to be like, which one was that again? Who was in that one? It's gonna be completely gone out of our memories.
All right, Loudbeard, you ready for some Motivation Monday from Will Smith?
Let's get jiggy with it.
All right.
Realization that you have to be able to go. The hesitation is the thing that really messes up the chance at having your dreams. Get out of the middle. The moment of pushing off is pure freaking terror. There's nothing to hold on to. We're all trying to hold on to something. You're trying to hold on to an idea, or you're trying to hold on to a person, and we got to just get comfortable falling. Life is dangerous. The only way to really enjoy it is jump and be free.
I like that, Loudbeard. I like that message a lot. Sometimes we hold ourselves back. And I feel like there were times where when we were first talking about the show, we weren't really sure if we were going to do it.
Yeah, we
were
didn't jump
nervous
in.
about it. But you and I and even Max Scout team, we went and we were like, you know what, let's just buy the equipment. Yeah. Let's just buy the equipment. Let's hook it up. And then no matter what problems we came in at the very beginning with technical problems and everything, we just kept going, man. I like it. 2 years strong.
We are, and we've lost some good comrades along the way. Yeah, the aforementioned Max Scout team. We've lost him. We've lost him to the other side. The
you know what it was,
Loudbeard?
It was the second I guess, cliff that we came to where you kind of brought us to the cliff and you said, hey, we're going to go daily every morning. And there, I had a little hesitation because, like, man, can I do every morning? That's going to be a lot of time. Are we going to be able to do it? And you were like, no, man, well, with or without you, I'm jumping. That's basically what you said. And
There you
then, I said, all right, I'm in. And Mac said he was kind of in. But you could tell we jumped, and Mac just kind of started running with us and then stopped at the edge and then let us go over. But it's cool. Teach their own, right?
Yep, absolutely.
So, but I appreciate you kind of encouraging me to take that jump with you, or the fact that you said, "Well, I'm going without you," and I was like, "Well, I don't want to not go. If it's gonna happen, I might as well. If it's gonna happen, I might as well be a part of it."
Absolutely. You know what? It was a crazy thought at the time, and now I look back and I'm like, I can't believe we get up every morning and do this, but it is a lot of fun, and we enjoy doing it. It's good getting microphone time. I don't know what it is. It's just it's a good old time. So yes, I appreciate your motivational Monday, and I appreciate the show. I appreciate it, and I'm all for it, Chris America. All for it.
All for it. So whatever you got in life, you got to be like Loudbeard and Chris America. Just jump.
Might as well jump.
Jump. Doop. 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 Doop.
Speaking of jumpers,
the Mac Daddy will make you jump. Jump.
It will. It will.
The Daddy Mac will make you jump. Jump.
I saw a report over the weekend of apparently grasshoppers have taken over the city of Las Vegas. Have you seen this at all, Chris America?
I have not. Isn't that one of the plagues in the Bible?
Yes, the locust. So the grasshoppers, apparently, if they have I'm going to probably butcher this, but if they have like a mild winter and then like a cool summer and all these things have to align, like if the stars align, the grasshoppers, they migrate from Utah to come to Las Vegas, which sounds crazy because that's what a lot of people do. Is leave Utah to go to Las Vegas because it's funner. And all of a sudden, grasshoppers, I mean, I'm not talking like a few, like it looks like it's of biblical proportions in Las Vegas. And I saw this story, and I was just so fascinated. I was like watching the video of their local news station, and like the Luxor, it's got the big light coming out of the top, and it almost looks like a light, like all you can see is just grasshoppers all in the light, just like swarms of grasshoppers on the strip itself, like on the ground, like you would be walking only on grasshoppers. You're not touching the ground. It's just grasshoppers, and they're jumping everywhere. People, like, it's freaky, man. It is one of the freakiest things I've ever seen.
There are so many grasshoppers in Vegas right now, Loudbeard. You can see them from like a Doppler radar on like the map. And I'm seeing them on this other picture of them just like flying. Ugh, that would be the worst.
I'm telling you, I saw this and I couldn't even, like, now, I'd be one of those crazy people that'd be like, okay, I'm going to put something over my mouth and I'm going to run through these things. And I want to run from like one casino to the other and be one of the crazy people out there. And then afterwards, I'm going to be like, oh, gross, they're all over me. But I want to do it. Like, I would be that intrigued where I needed to run through them just to see what it felt like to run through a sea of grasshoppers. Would you do that, or would you be one of the people that's like, I'm staying inside?
Yeah, I have a pretty good imagination. I can imagine what it would feel like. But this happened kind of in like the early 80s in Longwood, which is a city, it's a suburb of Orlando, where they had an invasion of frogs. And it was so bad that people would run them over on their cars, and the streets were just filled with just flat frogs and that smell. And it was like for like 2 days, and then the frogs just disappeared. No rhyme, no reason.
Kind of like the love bugs.
Yeah, but it was just like a swarm of frogs.
Frogs gross me out. I'm not. One of the things I say, grasshoppers, like, they're not as slimy. I guess they don't bother me as much. But frogs, man, they're so erratic and just unpredictable.
They jump on you. I still think I'd rather have the frogs than the any flying insect.
Yep.
A swarm of flying gnats would be just as bad.
I don't know. It's hard to say.
And then they get in your mouth, your eye, especially gnats. I think gnats would be, yeah. Ugh.
I
Gnats
just
stick to your skin when you're sweating. You ever like run through a thing of gnats and then they're like all like stuck to your face and your arms? Because
Yeah,
you're like
that is-
running and you're sweating.
and then they stick. They
Yeah.
don't go anywhere. Yeah. Yeah, that requires definitely a pretty intense shower afterwards. So I just retweeted this video. So our listeners, if you want to go to our Twitter page at Scout Team Radio, it was from Fox 5 in Las Vegas. And yeah, it shows the swarms of grasshoppers. And I see a dude just like casually walking through them. Why would you be doing that?
Some people have no
people don't
F's to
care.
give, Loudbeard. Some people have no F's to give.
Oh, I agree. I'm grasshoppers. That's a weird thing just to be doing that with. I'm going to retweet other videos here. I'm all of a sudden I got real fascinated. I got to
You
get
got real
back on the show
fascinated with
here.
it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
got to get back.
and I'm looking
back
at
on
'em.
duty. And they're mesmerizing, aren't they?
Especially
Like,
when
that
they're in
is
the
a
lights
serious- Ugh.
at dark.
And they're just fluttering around like madmen.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't live in Vegas, man. I couldn't deal.
Yeah,
I would call out of work.
that's a good point. Okay, since we're talking, you talked Longwood. It's a suburb of Orlando. What is Orlando most known for? If you're anywhere in the world, what do you think of when you think of Orlando?
You think of Disney?
All right. Well, the New York Post, they put out an opinion piece, and that opinion piece says that childless millennials are weird if they go to Disney. And this piece has received a tremendous backlash. So I wanted to get your thoughts on this. For us living here in Orlando, being near Disney, if you don't have children and you're a millennial, is it okay or is it not okay for you to take a trip to Disney World?
No, I think it's perfectly okay. There's tons of people that go into Disney by themselves now. People who just love Disney have annual passes. I got a couple of friends like this, whether they're a boy or a girl, and they just go by themselves. They sometimes go and just walk around. They use it to kill time. They just love Disney, and they're just always there. I was thinking about going to Volcano Bay by myself this weekend, so I could ride some of the rides that Landon won't go on.
No,
Maybe
you know
get
what?
a mile run in the lazy river.
You are no different than everybody else in the world. Whoever wrote this opinion piece is getting huge backlash, getting tore up on social media because everybody's saying, "Are you kidding me?" That's a fun
Because
thing to do.
yeah.
People love Disney.
It's
Everybody
a park
associates
for
with the
adults
movies.
and kids.
It is. I don't know where
Now-
this came from.
Now, if you were like, I make trips to go to Chuck E. Cheese by myself. No, even then I could feel like, okay, there's adults that can want to win tickets and play video games and stuff. They're not there for nefarious reasons. Maybe just a regular park would be weird.
I guess it's all circumstantial.
Yeah.
Like Chuck E. Cheese is designed for small kids. Like not
Right.
too many adults could go there and have a good time.
No, I mean, you can play some skee ball. They got that football throwing game. They got the basketball hoop game. They have some good games that adults can get into. It's not like toddler games.
But
can
would
get
you
into
seek
stuff.
that out? I
I
don't think
personally
anybody
wouldn't,
seeks it out.
but I mean, if you watch Deadpool, that's the date he takes the prostitute on. He buys like 48 minutes and he takes her to play skee ball.
Yeah, but I think that was at like a fair or something.
Maybe,
not
yeah.
at-
It wasn't at Chuck E. Cheese, but I mean, where else are you supposed to get where else are you supposed to get skee ball if you're in the mood for skee ball right now?
Okay, you bring up a valuable point.
Yeah.
Now, Dave and Buster's, does that have skee ball? I
Now,
feel like
if
that
you
has skee
just
ball.
Now, if you just go
Like Dave and
to
Buster's is okay.
Yeah, Dave and Buster's is okay, but that's a little far. That's all the way out Night Drive. There's a
And
Chuck E.
it's really
Cheese, like, right down
designed
the street
for
from me.
adults. No.
Yeah.
It's not okay for you to go to Chuck E. Cheese, Chris. I'm just letting you know.
I think it's okay if you're just there playing skee ball, you're minding your own business, you're shooting the basketball hoops game. But if you're there and you're talking to kids or just kind of like drinking a beer and eating a pizza, sitting by yourself, like kind of just scanning the crowd, yeah, then I'm going to be like, all right, what's this guy's deal? If I saw an adult by himself playing skee ball, grabbing his tickets, and he's like paying no mind to the kids around him, then my radars wouldn't be up. But if he's like playing skee ball and then he starts talking to like some 5-year-old kid and wants to give him pointers, like, dude, no, what are you doing?
This is what I've got to say to you, Chris America. When you wear your black trench coat and your dark sunglasses and you walk into Chuck E. Cheese
if you go
just
in
to
like
play
that.
skee ball, that is not
Because
okay.
everybody knows that's the uniform of pedophilia. The trench coat glasses with the rickety van outside with no windows.
Selling ice cream.
That's right. Lost puppies.
Great show. Thank you all for listening and have a wonderful Monday.
Peace.